Good morning, good afternoon, good evening everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. Probably this morning for a lot of you. And yeah, good to see you all. Fist bumps on arrival. It's kind of dark in Scotland nowadays. We've had this lovely summer and we're now coming into the forever autumn period before it's the forever winter period before we get a couple of weeks of sunshine. Sorry, 2 seconds. Might have a sneeze on, so I'm just getting the mute button ready. But thanks for everyone joining us. A wee bit of an impromptu one. We won't have a member stream today, because McBride got in touch with me last night and he's got his tickets for the Celtic game today and it's an earlier kickoff, so by the time I meet up with McBride gets the show going at 3:30 today for the pre-match, so I will be otherwise disposed. We won't be able to do it probably on Friday just with time and everything, with the deadline show, and it might just be too much in the morning, so the next members one will probably be over the weekend, so stay tuned to the channel and we'll get some good old gallery strategy action probably over the weekend. If not, we'll double up next week, but I suspect we'll do it over the weekend while we're watching all the football and stuff. Yeah, we've got yeah, it's kind of raining and stuff. I've had office warnings on my phone that it's going to be raining all day today, so yeah. Thanks to Crafton and Rewards, I have now in-season Prem and Bundesliga sides. Nice, for under 20 quid combined. That's brilliant, Mikey. Well done, by the way. Fist bumps to you all. I see Benny, he was first in, looking for food. Serge, good evening to you too. Mikey Basson, of course. Red or Dead. Ricardo Romao, good to see you. And James, fist bumps to you all. And I'm not too sure. So, well, I just wanted to do something today with you. The members got instant access yesterday to the Road to Glory video that will be out later today. But I wanted to do something, and I thought if we're not going to do some members action, we've definitely got a bunch of scouting to do. So a lot of you guys, especially the ones that are here live and loud, probably caught the Dutch video that we did. So I kind of want to just follow off the back of this quite quickly in terms of just getting our stream done, and we'll just kind of get straight stuck into it off the back of this as well. For doing our watch list to kind of compare and weigh up where is the next kind of route to go with Road to Glory. In terms of this time of the year, more than anything, that's the main strategy element going on here. Isn't specifically the league, but it's now that we're done with the pre-season furore, the early access hype, the 5x streaks, the throwback scores. All the stuff is gone. It's very well dissipated. There's plenty of supply in the market for virtually every card you could want, and the prices have, I don't want to say normalised, but they've certainly, you know, kiltered into a nice kind of zone. And I have seen some posts about the economics on Sorare this year. Actually, there's nobody really like dropping off a cliff. Prices have maintained a kind of steady level, which is nice and good, but it just means we've got a bit more confidence with who we're buying. And with this stage of the season where we're at now, we have 6-7 games in the back for so many leagues, so many clubs, so many players. We know who the main guys are. We know who's showing up. We know who's struggling. And it should make it a bit easier to pick the guys that we're going to need to go for this. Mason Miller, good to see you. McPished, yeah, that's going to be the story today, you know that. Off the beaten pitch, good to see you. Blind crafted a Schlotto, love that. Spot 7, sold him. It's nice, good hustle, mate, love that. I'm kind of in a similar situation with the Lukeba that I pulled, but I'm going to try and like hold on to it and see if I get another craft or two, because Lukeba is a card I would like to keep. Schlotto's a great one, well done on that. Nice price I'm sure you'd have got for him now that he's back fit and available. And so what I asked from you guys that caught the other stuff live was suggestions on what to do next. The contender one definitely is one enough of these are interested in, so we'll definitely do scouting around contender. I'm just not sure I'll be doing it on this one. It might be the next one we do, because that feels like a bit more of a broad kind of endeavour to go out there, because there's so many leagues attached to it. So the other options we have are Bundesliga, Liga and the Jupiler League. So what I'll do is I'll do a wee poll. Monkey, good to see you. Prices seem steady this time last year. Drop off felt like it came later before the Christmas promo, and yeah, that's only going to continue to happen. Of course, it's a great point you've brought up there, looking for food. You know, prices are not failing. You know, someone miraculously becomes a top 5 player and they're currently not on the picture at all. There's not really too much too much capital appreciation you could get from buying an in-season card, and equally, if you've not bought them yet, buying them there's going to be more supply, less games to play. The price is going to wind down as the season goes on, of course, but it feels like now, like, to get maximum utility at minimum price, that sweet spot might be where we're at, you know. Maybe it's later in the year. I guess we'll probably have another Road to Glory to try later on with all the leagues at our disposal. To to maybe try it out. And then, that may be something that we finish this season with as a nice body of work of, okay, we started Prem and kind of La Liga right out the traps. We then did whatever this one will be after the second international window. We did this one after Christmas. We did this one with 1 month to go, or, whatever it might be. And we'll have some sort of, interesting data is probably the only way of putting it. Hope it pays off. Now, actually, Serge, if you check out the Road to Glory video, it goes out later today. I did something similar last weekend and it paid off. I'm going to put a wee poll in here for you guys to vote on. What will we have a wee peek at today? The Bundesliga, Liga 1, or the Jupiler Pro? We're also trying to weigh up, do we want midweek utility? Do we want international players? Do we want the Smash team? Is there a budget team that is doing okay? There's a few things we're weighing up. The way the Dutch one got left off was we were trying to avoid the big three for the most part. And, as I've kind of slept on it and reflected on it, I think this could be a good way to go. Like, if you were absolutely, handcuffed by a budget. And even if you look at, if we bought them for the last game week, Zagaritis brought in a good score. Kaplan, good score. Who else did we like? Gibson, good score. Maybe the striker's a bit of a letdown, but with the goalkeeper doing not too bad last weekend. That main five, even, would Resnick be in there? Maybe. Meerveld probably as well. We would have had a pretty decent outing if we'd played them last weekend, which is fine. But, I was kind of thinking and weighing it up, and it's like, do we just get like Gluck and Dest and get them mad cheap and just don't F about, and just absolutely crush kind of strategy? So, good morning Vietnam, indeed. Sean Thorpe, love that. It is natural non-drop off of prices. I don't know, it's kind of really hard to know that, Mikey, isn't it? Because not really now, but there has been flushes of market credits at the beginning of the season. The last international window gave us them. And like the water is murky. I think that's a good point to also add into the chat here, Mikey. Thanks for that. I feel like Bundesliga are difficult because the dominant teams. Well, from what I've heard from some people, Bundesliga is the free-for-all division right now. It feels like if we were even just to look at market, and let's just go to manager sales, in-season limited, Bundes, highest average score is what we've got it sorted by, right? Let's look at goalkeeper. Now, I don't know what's going to show up with all this, right, to be honest with you, but, I guess the top row of goalkeepers are all kind of the same there, aren't they? Nobody's really jumping ahead. No one's really dying either. They're all quite similar. So if you had almost any goalkeeper, you're probably not too far worse off. But look at the top row of defence here. And fair enough, like maybe Chabot's ill-placed, okay, but Grimmy smashing it, Mittelstadt in amongst it. Rami has been fine. Rom has been killing it. Even some of the other ones like Anton and Orban, I know are big budget picks people would have picked up trying to be cute. Upamecano, obviously a mainstay. Ryerson, the peaky fullback. Baku had a good game once. Nathaniel Brown looks like he's came onto a bit. So there's a fair amount of options there that have worked, and it's in an offensive sense a lot of the time, isn't it? In midfield, Kimmich is actually maybe disappointing. Has he maybe lost it a bit? But Kanuzan, rinsing it. Max Arnold, living his best life. Sabitzer getting back in amongst it. Joachim Fujita has been fun. Limer, there's plenty of options in Bundesliga, and I think because of the goal fest, the DAs come. You just need to catch them. It's very much a catch the DA league, isn't it? You're not looking at AA guys, and fair enough, AA plus DA is the gold, but I think for Bundesliga you can just shop for decisive merchants and play the fixtures, So I kind of I get where you're coming from with the leaderboard, like the Bayern dominance and the full team stack, big collection bonus that hits, whatever. But I think Bundesliga is not really that way, because I think you can just buy decisives. And fair enough, as I say, like if you've not got Olise and Kane, you're going to be against them, and you're just never going to get ahead of them because there's no comp, there's no alternate player that is going to deliver those scores. And yeah, you might get the one-off like combo of 5 that balances out with the other Bayern players that those guys will be playing next to. But by and large, I get what you mean, but Liga, I'm not as well across, so I couldn't really comment on that. Morning Smegma, good to see you. Friedel for 750 is a good price, constant scorer. Yeah, the Bundesliga's got tons of good guys like that. Yeah, really good AA. Werder Bremen, solid defensively, don't concede much. And yeah, this guy's not bad. He's a good Team 2 guy. Team 1 when you're getting started, really, when you're tight on money or whatever. If you spend more on another position. If you can have him in Team 2 or 3, you'll always be quite happy. So yeah, we've got a poll in the chat. Feel free to get voting away on it. There's a bunch of votes. Keep them coming. I'll leave the poll open for another little bit. You're banking on Kane and Elise not to get a D8. I think that's leaderboard chat again, isn't it? Which is fine. But it is leaderboard. And leaderboard is definitely something that this next stage of Road to Glory should be targeting, should be focusing on, like anyone building a team right now. But the base camp objective one is be streak capable. And it's kind of like a byproduct because like streak 4 and 5, maybe 3 as well, are the weeks where you really need to put the big scores together. And if you hit those big scores, you're probably going to fly on the leaderboard anyway. Probably, not definite because of the variables that we're talking about here with opposition teams outscoring you in certain positions, captain choices, etc. But I've just lost my train of thought there. But yeah, because I was just thinking, of course, like if you had Olise as captain or Kane as captain, like it's going to be really hard for you to get a captain that can rinse like that. You know, that can be a big bridge as well because the captain multiplier is a big score differential. It's definitely a division where your captain needs to be correct, isn't it? So I kind of lost my train of thought thinking about that. Got a Nakamura, nice. I don't think he did too good at the weekend, did he? I don't think he helped me, certainly, anyway. Nah, it didn't do much for me at the weekend. But he's in the Japan team. And he plays the right wing, so we can only pray that we get him transferred to Celtic in January to come and rinse it for us. But I looked back at old rewards from when it was just leaderboards and my rewards were, yeah. Smegman, that's a good point. And, you know, like, it's funny, right, because I'm kind of constantly doing the same thing just because of content, like evaluating wins and all the rest of it. And I just know, like, now my galleries looked really different. I've had super rares come and go and all that sort of stuff as well. But I'm used, you know, when I've did well before, and this has been a kind of decline over the years anyway, but it's been regular wins, like every weekend winning 500 quid, every weekend winning 600 quid, a grand, 200, you know, going down to, well, okay, well, over the month, because of that one big win, we won 6 or 7, so on and so forth. And with the streaks, it's very much like that, where it's like a tap, you know, where if you're in like one of these monsters like QTN or Deke or something like that, where you can streak and streak and streak, then you'll still have that experience. But if you're not hitting one of the streaks, and I think that's the real trick to having all of them running, is that for the average player, it just gives you more of a chance of getting to streak 3 on one of them at all times. Like if one of them fails, one of them's hitting, and you've got a few plates spinning. But yeah, I've definitely, I feel the same way. But I do think that will change as soon as I've had a bit of wins from the, like 2 streaks. Like the MLS one, I was thinking about this yesterday. My MLS strategy is like totally fell on its face and really needs a big end to the season. And that's what I was thinking, is how many games are actually blooming left for MLS streaks? Because I've genuinely done nothing. I think I've got to streak 2 at rare like twice, and I've maybe at limited like once. Yeah, it's not many games to go. NYC flying high. Supporter shield's unlikely, but playoffs are looking good. 2 games to go. You know what I mean? And then playoffs. So maybe if NYC were to do the run, I could maybe just about squeeze one last run in, one last playoff hot streak run. ST tempted this. What does that mean, Mikey? Fingers are crossed for you, of course. How important do you think it is to hit the 2 and the 4% bonuses? I don't think it's that important. I don't think it's a strategy definer, Rob, but I do think, like, So I listened to Harry talk about this quite a lot because Harry loves these bonuses, and rightly so. I totally get it. And some strategies we take to, and some ones were maybe a bit indifferent towards. But I think like if I'm looking at these lineups here, the scores have started happening, so we can't actually see the little breakdowny thing. We can see it here. Yeah, there we go. Right. So if I'm looking at these lineups, 3% of the top one, 0, 5, and 0. Like, what would I need to do to make these even more optimal? Well, for this one here, I would need to swap out one of the players for a lower cap player. Now, like, let's even just look at it because we can still edit the lineups, can't we? What are we over the cap? 22 points. So we're hopeful to take out Shaqiri or Skriniar probably for someone that's a lot cheaper. And I think you can see already where this is going, where that much cheaper player is going to make a huge impact on the score. So I don't think this is worth optimising, right? But see, for example, this is a full team stack, so fine. But this one here, why is this got 5% on it? Oh, the cap's got a bigger bonus. Okay, so it's a maximum of 8. Interesting. On this one, it's not normally 8, is it? It's like 6. Then this team, even if you imagine that Balikwisha and Sriracha are like one of them doesn't play for Celtic, and this is like 3 and a 2 split rather than a 2-2-1 like this one is, then it would maybe be worth like switching some goalkeepers around or swapping a defender around to make it happen. If you've got a lot of guys that have similar scoring profiles, then it's a lot more worth it. But if you have guys like the Shaqiri, the Negren, the Skriniar, like if you have boss players, like you're not touching that. Like whatever you get with that, fine, you roll into it. But I think for your second, third, fourth lineup, it's definitely something to try and maximise, because if you've got one that is like, my weekend teams are normally called like the punchers or the dice roll. If I can change, like, I don't know, let's just say a Celtic card for Claudio Braga, then maybe I'll do it for the second or third team. That might make sense to get the most out of it, because I think like between, just to use examples, like Braga and Maeda might, in my mind, both just be a 65 merchant, 70 at a good game, and in which case I'm not really going to score too differently in the similar best case scenario, and that bonus is better to have than not have. But if I've not got like Shaqiri or Negren or whatever in this team, I don't have the same confidence if it hits, you know. You tempted to pick up any Hearts guys? Oh, I've already got one. If I get two, no, I've got one. I've got the number 1 Braga. I got him right before he popped off this year, and I am tempted to get another one or two. But where prices are right now, I'm not going to dive into. I'll maybe wait for a wee bit of like maybe a bad game to happen for Hearts, which I don't think is going to be around the corner, but maybe even an international discount perhaps. Maybe some credits could help me. It's boosted in Europe. His stacking is very strong. Nice, Andreas. Nice attention to detail there. And yeah, that does make sense, doesn't it? So we've got that 3% for the anti-stack one. But the 260, yeah, that would be powerful if we could get our hands on that as well somehow, because Celtic scorers are not that great. But I don't think we can shave off 22 points and still have it of a comparable L15 or whatever, cap score. Now I did get a Tuneki, you've probably seen that, like after the deadline show that we did on Tuesday. I seen that because I was like huffing and puffing about it all, and I was going like, oh, I wish I just had that and everything as well. And I seen was it Basel? One of the bots had it, and it just wasn't listed. They've never listed it, and they sniped it off somebody for 55 quid, and it's just been sitting in their gallery, never listed. And I thought that's kind of went under the radar, and I sent a wee offer, and I got it for a decent price actually, you know. Devlin, yeah. I was tempted to get Devlin. I won him last year, and I didn't keep him as a classic. But he's like a really good streak guy, Devlin, because he has just a triple merchant, isn't he? And the poll's been going for a little bit in the chat. It's 50% Jupiler, so we'll just go with the Jupiler Pro League for this one today, and we'll get stuck into it. So yeah, late deadline on this is fun, and with the bonuses, like, they're good to have. Like with this team here, like would I swap a Forest player out to get the points? I don't think I've got any options, to be honest with you. Again, I'm thinking all three of these guys are going to be good. The only player I would maybe swap would be a striker. And what would we need to do? We would need to lose 4 points, so we would need to be a 44 rated striker. We could play Tuneke in here, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? We could play Theo, or even Wood, but again, these guys are not all projected to start. Theo and Wood being... And I'm definitely not going to play Tuneke in a limited team after just buying them. But that would, if you had a limited... I'm tempted to do that. Limited Tuneke. How funny would that be? £20. I seen that £1 there, I got excited. Okay, cool. So we're going to go scout into the Jupiler League. Now, what I want to do, because I've not really been paying attention to it, so I'm going to have a wee look at the table and see how it's sitting. If you're watching with us live and loud, smash the like button, goes a long way to supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. And get involved in the live chat if you've been playing in Belgium, studying it, scouting it. Maybe you're already in, maybe you're thinking about getting into it. What have you seen, what have you felt? 16 teams, that feels unusual to me. Has that recently changed? 16 teams, USG undefeated, Brugge, Mechelen flying high, Anderlecht, Genk, St. Truden. It's quite tight, isn't it? Genk, maybe the under the radar ones. Let's look at the form table in the last 5. Antwerp and Dender have been sucking ass. At home, have we seen much? Yeah, USG smashing it. St. Truden quite good at home. Mechelen undefeated at home as well. Away from home, USG are just good anywhere. So are Mechelen right now. Genk a wee bit better away from home. Charleroi maybe the same. Excuse me. So okay, some interesting ones here. We know Bruges, USG are both in Champions League. Anderlecht are not in Europe. Genk are in Europa. And is there maybe one of these teams in the Conference League or something? I'm not too sure. Okay, so let's have a look at manager sales as like the base camp. Watching Genk in person, the boy El Udea was unbelievable. Okay, well let's just have a wee peek at him. Thanks for the insight, Mason. Nope. There we go, this guy. 23-year-old midfielder. Did the 53 against you guys. In that game, clearances, tackles, blocks, everything. Possession was okay. A lot of dual activity. Maybe didn't quite get the wins you would have wanted. Good passing stats. Wee bit of an attacking contribution as well. Yeah, something to think about. And an in-season limited of this kid. 12 quid. Punches and bunches. Candlestick merchant. Candlestick maker. We'll keep our mind on him as well. Okay, so let's filter. In-season limited Jupiler. Awesome. Alright, so we're just going to try and gauge like the same thing we did with Holland. We're just going to look at some of the top end smashers, some of the budget guys, put them all on a list, and then try and get our head around what it's you know, what the lay of the land is, what looks good, bang for buck. Nacho Morass. Yeah, that feels like a dodgy goalkeeper position. Kel Sherpin we know all about. Of course, wow, yeah, he's been an absolute unit at USG. 44 quid. I think he tells his own story there. Marcus Piano. Pia, pia, piano, 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 pia, 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 piano. I am a music man, I come from far away. My name is Marcos. Pia, pia, piano, piano. Sorry guys, couldn't help myself. It looks like he's playing. He's just come in from Argentina. And he was playing for Instituto de Cordoba or something like that. So cool. 10 quid. Feels alright at Le Louvre. Mignolet, Koosmans, Jackers, Apollo. Yeah, that's the thing with Belgium. All these goalkeepers I'm just never like confident of acquiring. Leo Kukubo is a bit of a guy, isn't he? Young Japan goalkeeper from Benfica, high reputation. Andreas Jungdahl for Westerlo. Delange, Tobias Lawal, Nazawa, Toby Lyson. Toby Lyson feels like a guy we can rely on. I like Toby. Toby's been around the block. Toby's one of the Sorare boys. Michael Verrips. Axel Willix. Willich. Axel Willich. Axel Willich. It's like Sean Connery, isn't it? Is that how you're meant to say that one? What can you play? Rob. Piano. Feels like we should just get this guy to meme on him. I can't remember all the words. That's why I didn't do it properly and I just made a goose of it. I think we like piano. New list. Belgians. We'll make it public. You guys can follow it as well if you want. See, he's a tenner. That feels kind of like really no-brainery, points per pound wise. Who else gives us a good go? We like Toby Lyson, £7. Wow. Yeah, he's pretty good bang for buck also. And really, like the only premium pick is Sherpin, isn't it? And Sherpin might be worth it. HVC, Apollo. Yeah, I just don't really like Standard Liège. Kukubo, do we add him into the pile at St. Truden? I sincerely think like Sherpin is like Schmeichel level, and it's like you're kind of buying. It's kind of like the All Black effect, but way better. Make a player, so see if the other so see if we find a guy that plays him. Oh, Pafulke could be like flute, couldn't it? If we can build a Belgian team of instruments, I'll do it, right? You just need to shout them out and help me in case I can't obviously see that we've got ukulele or something like something like that, you know, right in front of us. Now, when it comes to defence, there should be. I think the Belgian defence is like there's lots of guys that are really active. Sorry, 2 seconds. I'm going to cough again. I've been really unwell this week. Ben Hay agrees that Lyson for £6 is a steal. There's a lot of action, but the thing with we were talking about Bundes. Oh Jesus, sorry guys. Bless me. But there's not as much. Excuse me. There's not as much DA required, I don't think, in Belgium to get good scores. Matt Smets is a good example, just an AA guy at one of the bigger teams. £22 for him. I always like Big Matt. Joaquin Sees as well. Sorry guys, I might need to go away and blow my nose. Kevin McAllister, of course. Bit of a Sorare OG, isn't he? Kevin McAllister's more of a... Oh, he's in good form now. Like, if this is the way they're going to play all season, he'll be really improving as a card. At £17, he's probably priced like that anyway, isn't he? Whereas Joaquin Sees, it's like it's not his first season, but he was kind of not nailed last year, wasn't he? He was in and out of the team, I'm sure, wasn't he? Played a lot, played against us last year, if I remember rightly. But yeah, he's a good wee guy. The Kuiper kind of stand in. Yeah, I don't want to be sniffling on the mic and stuff like that, guys, so I might just go and quickly blow my beak. Ordonez, Bozanov. You know there's a few legends in here that I'm going to be eyeing up, guys like Ewood Pletnicek and Ominami and stuff like that, but you guys need to talk me out of that and make sure that... Oh, this wee guy's from Estonia. Does he play internationals? Does. Playing against Italy. Does he like... Yeah, 60. Nice. Got a goal. Nice. So we cheeky one. Pascozzi. Utkus. He's a bit of a legend around these parts, isn't he? Yeah, 2 seconds, guys. We'll blow my nose. 2 seconds. Sorry for my lack of professionalism, guys. Lucas Hay, is that the Anderlecht guy? Oh yeah, there he is, right in front of us. Yeah, he signed from Nordisland, didn't he? I think he's got a good rep. Doesn't play midweeks as well. That could be kind of fun. But yeah, this is like a Team 2 level guy, isn't he? I'm just kind of aware as well, we've not actually added any defenders yet into the shortlist. So we'll just kind of go through the first 4 pages and see what's kind of lying around here, weigh some of them up and try and put some of them together. I'm always a big fan of these random guys that Charleroi continuously unearth. And Aim Osu. Oh yeah, I thought he came out of Oblivion, but he's been in Belgium for a wee bit. Formerly in Spain for Cadiz. Okay. And is this Germany? Who did he play against Leverkusen for? Sweden. Okay, he was in Hacken. Gave away a penalty. Scored well. Red card. Must have got rescinded. Came back, did well. Yeah, so guys like that, Charleroi always catch my eye. Jules Godin, was he not brilliant when he was in France? He's a Charleroi. Yeah, he was alright, wasn't he? He was quite spiky in France. Ligue 2. He could be good. Oh yeah, he could be good. Charleroi, love those randoms like we just mentioned. So that's a fun one. Anton Tanga, 26 years old. Got a good wee L5 there. There's probably, yeah, not much more to say about him than that. Takumi Ominami. A lot of singing today, guys, sorry. Turning into K-pop demon hunters here, aren't we? Yaimar Medina. Doesn't that just sound like a guy you want to buy in your team? Yaimar Medina. Sounds like a ticket. Formerly of Independiente de Valle. Where he was a bit of a bagsman from defence. Yeah, I like guys like that. £1 as well, that's sneaky. Ewood Pletnicek, 87p. Team 2, sadly, but Pletnicek, he could be better, couldn't he? Loves a decisive. Ewood Pletnicek. Old gold. Smash the like button, guys, if you're watching live and loud. Get your suggestions into the chat. What kind of angle of approach do you think? Because I've not really seen, in the first page you've got Brandon Michele's and whatever, right? But behind that, I don't feel the same level of quality depth in the division in Belgium as what we've seen from Holland. Like, I don't see, oh yeah, he would be fine. Oh yeah, he would work. There's little bits of that, but there's not that much of it. Nice. He would, wouldn't he? Oh, Serge, I love that. Love that. David Bates, 40p. That's funny. So yeah, I think the Belgian defence, it's kind of a feast and a famine situation. Where if you're not buying from page 1, I think you're really crossing your fingers that you're getting a best case scenario out of somebody. Maybe there's a few guys on page 2, but you get my sentiment. Now, I do like Jonas Spielers. I think he did really, really well in the past. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, Spielers can be the man. I remember he put Boyata out the team when I got Boyata super rare. And he was good at that time. That was like 3-4 years ago. He's 20 of the now. Yeah, he was like 17 or something. And he was doing wild. Yeah, like it might have been all the way back here. April 2000. Yeah, 2 years ago. He'd been 18. Yeah, feels about right. Yeah, so I like Jonas Spielers. I think he's got big credentials. £3 at Bruges. I know he's not in the team. But we maybe just... Yeah, let's not think about guys like him just yet. But I think we're looking at Joaquin Seas. We're looking at Smets. I don't really like Michele at 30 quid when there is like McAllister at 17. This is a guy that Mason Miller recommended, so we'll add him in. He's seen him IRL, that means something. Moussa Diaye, this feels like a guy that should be good in an Anderlecht team. It's a guy with like a random Senegalese name who just came from... Oh no, he's at Anderlecht before. Just come into Belgian football and just rip it. Lamengo. Saba. Yeah, I'm not really too high on that guy. I think he's alright. Did he play against Celtic? I can't remember. Gora Diouf, 21 at Mechlin, who Mechlin have been doing really well. This guy's got good AA, doesn't he? Where was he back here? Sion. So he's came from Switzerland. That's a good little kind of level to move into. Belgium from? Yeah, he was a really good scorer in Switzerland. Gora Diouf. I like the cut of his jib. We like Mechlin boys as well, don't we? We'll add him in. Kayembe's cool. So a wee bit more Mechlin guys here. Utkis. What do we think of Utkis? Maybe patch him just now. We'll check page 2. Freddie Lyson is generally talked about well on Sorare, if I recall correctly. Fede Lyson? Who's Fede Lyson? Noah Duceni stacks by Lyson. Yeah, I've just seen him there. His scores didn't look good. I'll go back first before we look at this page again. Just to look at him. Cause I did kind of ignore him thinking, he's not really doing well. Well, maybe he's doing okay. Yeah, he's doing okay, isn't he? Not as great as we've seen him in Switzerland, but... What price is he at? £2? It's not letting me add him to list. Maybe I clicked on a button or something. Yeah. It's weird. It's not letting me add to list. Some players aren't available for watch lists. It is really annoying. He might be one of them. Zeno Den Bosch, only 21. That doesn't feel right. It feels like he's been 21 ever since he got onto the platform. Now, Antwerp were sucking hard on the table earlier when we looked there, weren't they? Yeah. 9 games, only 2 wins. On the form table, are they any better? No. So, a lot of defensive actions for Zeno. I think we'll add him to the list because he is... I can't believe he's only 21 still. That is wild. Gary Magny. Again, I've heard his name around. The Belgian blocks. Yeah, he's okay. Hugo Sikwe, we're fans of him as well. Maybe seems to be injured at the moment. And then, yeah, Tanga. Ominami. Yeah, these guys are fine. I quite like some of them, but they're not great, are they? Roman Neustadter. Awesome, right, let's have a look at midfield, what we have available here. Oh, Tanga and Reich are my 2 pickups. Let's go backwards. You like the boy Tanga? I just didn't like the fact that there was not really much there for him. And who's our guy you liked? Reich. I don't think I looked at him. I did see his name. Reich. I think they were page 2 boys. Somebody said Lucas Hable. Add him to the list. I Reich. This guy. Ooh, 22. Fresh-faced young fella. Oh yeah, I like him. Oh yeah. Yeah, I quite like that too. How much is he? £3? That's a great wee add-on. And Mikey's got one of this guy as well. Where was he? Tanga. Scores there are nice, aren't they? Zult just concedes so much. I'm not sure I can get behind it. Let's look at mid. It's glitched on me. It's gave me everything again. I crafted Tour Romans, who's been pretty good. Romans. David Bates scores were pretty... Yeah, I think Bates scores well in Belgium. Bit off topic, but do we think Ndoye will start for Forest, or would you play Bowen against Arsenal at the weekend? I think you'll know that tonight, Ryan. I think Anne just kind of showed a midweek weekend rotation with the front line so far, and if that persists from what we see from Forest tonight, I think you can predict what will happen with him at the weekend, whether he starts or not. So I would probably take the guaranteed minutes. I think Nuno loves Bowen, so knowing Bowen's got a good chance to be like the main guy in the attack. A lot of AA is very decisive, capable anyway. Arsenal in the defence though are really solid. They played Olympiacos midweek. Not really going to be too out of sorts off the back of that game, are they? But It's a tough one, mate. I'm doing La Liga in rare and picked up a few from La Louvre and Zulta. Sean Thorpe, love to hear it. Love to see it. We'll just add, has this guy got defender and midfielder cards? That is interesting. We'll maybe need to explore that. Brian Hainan at 27 is absolutely smashing. Abdikalar Kadri. He's been around for a while, hasn't he? Yeah, he was at somebody else. He's got big potential. Big potential. £25 compared to Vanaken. That's quite a... You know, he is quite expensive, isn't he, compared to everyone else, I suppose. Tatrawe, my boy. Pre-season, one of my big shouts. He's did alright. I told Nep to buy him, so I'm quite glad that he's actually brought in some good scores. So I've not got my name on that to a failure. We'll add Tatrawe into our build. Frederick Hamar. This is like a Cammy Devlin, isn't it? That's very streak friendly. Your Cammy Devlin profile. That might get us going. 13 quid is a bit punchy at limited, I can't lie. I bet you his rare's like 25 quid. He's probably a much better rare to buy. Yeah. No, well, maybe not. 60 quid on instant buy, 25 on auction at the moment. We'll see where the auction goes to. But yeah, Hamar. Did we add him to the list? We'll make sure we add him in, but 13. Add Bobby Scoofs, Yamamoto. And I think with Belgium, it is always fun to get younger guys, the up and coming kids. Like, look at this guy, Etienne Camara. He's had a nice wee L5 there. And what's his deal? Yeah, he's formerly from the Championship at Huddersfield. And then he came Feb 24 to Charleroi. Yeah. Feb 24. Finished the year. And then played the next season. Got injured and stuff, probably fell in and out of the team, finished on a real high, and then he's come back this year and he's been in the team. He's been okay. But this guy next to him, 21, Jacob Napoleon Romsas. If a name like Napoleon, you've got to be good at football. It's like Sissy Sandra. You can't be called Sissy Sandra and not be good at football. So if you're called Napoleon, you're putting that on your name. We don't need to know his middle name's Napoleon. You know, got to be able to back that up. Eric Lansana was real pre-season hype, wasn't he? Should have been brilliant, but no, it's not really worked out. Atsuki Ito, he's got some candles there, doesn't he? Kinetsas, the Wonder Kid hasn't been smashing. Internationals though. Stroikens, I seen had some transfer links this week. Barely been fit, it's probably his agent. Stankovic, yeah, we love a bit of Stankovic actually. Excuse me. AA is okay, isn't it? Not really as decisive enough as we would want him to be, but big fan of his dad and wouldn't mind buying his card for banter. Thomas Cleese at Zulte as well. Yeah, this is an unknown guy, which isn't a write-off. He has 21. Just not much proof in the pudding. His scores there do look alright. At £4, is he considerable? He's on first. Yeah, okay, we'll add him in. Clays. Zulta, 2 clean sheet in the last 3. And there are 9 games up to Christmas he played. Oh, nice. Zorgan has been poor. No, that's a gutter. Lovely insight, Sean. Lovely insight on the fixture prep. Dennis Pratt, I thought he'd have been amazing going back to Belgium, but he's just not been decisive enough, has he? So you like the Zoot fixtures? I'll keep that in mind, buddy. Thanks for the insight as always. Sean Thorpe, FF Thinker, man in the know. Noah Mbamba has been playing. Yeah, not quite good enough, I think, for us on this little mission, but good to see. And yeah, I think some of these guys, there's CC Sandra there. It's good in Holland, wasn't he? Is that Yaimar Medina guy? Get midfielder cards and defender cards. Delorge Nieper. Be rude not to look. Yeah, it's not really been happening since he moved up the food chain, is it? Casper Nielsen. Yeah, I think once you get to these pages, you're kind of dealing with question marks again, aren't you? I know Shrevers and Haspalat are household favourites as well. I think we found good guys in the other places we've been looking. There's a Zoot boy in midfield there, Ake. He's been decisive, but he can be minging as well. Really good run of formers, this. I knew that was going to be Switzerland, I don't know why. Yeah, okay. I think we'll add him to the list. Oh, we can't. Okay. We've got Tom as well. That's fine. Let's look at forwards. And we're not even thinking about classic consideration yet at this point, which is good. And we might need to for forward, because Tizolis, Stoikers even, some of these guys are very, very expensive by comparison to everyone else, and that's probably where we need to put our classic focus. Like Forbes at 13 quid looks kind of good here, doesn't he? Skoras as well, 15 quid feels undervalued. It's a Bruges card, but he's at Ghent. Excuse me, guys, sorry. I couldn't quite catch the mute button there. This guy just came from Danishland. Viborg. Opoku. These Zoot forwards are no bad, eh? That's all his tail of the tape. Interesting. And Jeppe Ehrenberg. Again, that's all he's got. Interesting forwards, by the way. The three of them. Zoot boys. Junior Ito back in town. It's kind of hard not to like him, isn't it? Oh, we can't no think about O. It's the boy on loan from Newcastle, isn't it? He's not really been doing much yet. There's Pafulke. There's a forward card for Mechlin. Is he still at Mecklenburg? Did they move? Van Brederode. Tresoldi, 16 quid. I quite like that. Like Tresoldi. Yeah, this is a funny one. I don't know how I feel about this now that we've went through all the positions. Like with the Dutch one, I had a few wee, oh, this could work, or oh, that might be fine, but with this, it doesn't feel like you've got that same amount of options. It's just kind of like once we've built the list, haven't we? Really, it's just then about making a decision on one or two of them. A lot of big fish and small pond players have shown to be small fish in big ponds after transfers this season. Opoku and Ehrenberg doing well. I hope he will score us good as other good as other forwards. Love that. Serge, you're on form with the puns today. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. This guy's Scottish. I've never heard him. Adidir Medubi. He's been in Belgium for a while. Medubi. That's Mebudi, isn't it? I'm saying Medubi. Oh, a wee rookie from Serbia. Zvetkovic. Feels like a fun guy. From Fiorentina. Oh no, Kukuriki. K Furo. I seen this guy play against Celtic. It's a nice rookie card. Youth Champions League action. That was fun. He was distinctly bigger than everyone else in the age category. It's probably my main memory of him, to be honest with you. My buddy. My buddy's his name. That's it, Mikey. Nailed it. Yeah, so this is a kind of weird list, I feel. I think we've kind of went through it. Do we want to add like Tizolis and Stoikers to it? Probably not. We can think about them as classics. There's maybe one or two other guys we've maybe overlooked a tad, but I think for the most part, that's kind of what I'd be looking at for the Belgians. We've got 16 players on the list, which is not as many as we got in Holland. If we go through the positions, we've got 2 keepers. So we're thinking about Sherbin and Lyson. Where's... Oh, could we not add Piano? He would be one of the main reasons I would be doing this, I think, at this point. How the hell do you do it from this page? I don't think it's easy. Piano, 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 piano. There we go. So we could get 2 keepers for 15 or 1 for 40. It's actually a weird, tough decision, isn't it? I don't think the goalkeeper score might not be as important if we're getting... Like what we're looking at here is a bunch of defenders like Ravic, Den Bosch, Diouf. You can get like 3 good defenders there for basically a tenner. I do like Smets, Sees, Eluardi guy as well. Could be good. They're all quite reasonably priced also, except for Smets. He's a bit different, isn't he? And Kev McAllister's kind of in the middle of all them. So again, I think you could build a good defence there for not very much. Wow, we only put 2 midfielders in? No, we put more in. Maybe I didn't click it properly. We need to go back then. We need to go back because we can't be having that. And we had 4 forwards. Oh, Tetrawi's in here as a forward. But he's a mid. Ito O Trisoldi for forward. Yeah, we definitely added more players in. Maybe I just didn't click them properly. So we'll have an RB scan over it. Thomas Ronyon, good to see you. Limited Jupiler. Make sure to smash the like button if you're tuning in with us today. So we just double check this midfielder forward category. Who else did we like? The boy Kadri I think is maybe worth listing at 25, eh? Yeah, I don't actually remember. I don't think we really fancied many of these guys, really. Yeah, like a few of them we looked at, but Ake we would maybe think about adding in because of his team and stuff, but yeah, midfield is kind of lame, isn't it? I think he was in there already, but just doing it to double check. Excuse me again. Rasmussen, Dennis Pratt. See, he's the sort of guy. He's getting very good AA. He's at Antwerp who suck right now. So if they were to start getting DAs, would he catch them? I think so. I think Pratt is at £1 very much worth just adding into the fold. Yeah, it's hard to imagine that's a £1 that you end up missing. I'll check one more page. I had a feeling there was somebody else in midfield that was like, oh yeah, he looks good, that we actually added to the list, but maybe we didn't. Thomas Ronyon gifted a membership and Josh Jones received it. Thank you very much for the support, Thomas, and congratulations, Josh, on your gifted membership. Well done, my man. What a day. European football tonight. Hanging out with one of my best buds. We've got some teams to run. We're doing a wee bit of scouting. Life is good, guys, isn't it? Life is good. Do you know, I'm really, like, I've been threatening to do it for so long. I'm so close to just getting myself down the straight and narrow and just fucking getting rid of bad habits and setting up good habits again. Because it is like, really, at this point, things are going well. We're having fun, guys, aren't we? That's Suki Ito. Very poppy, isn't it? And this is what we're up to, man. This is fun. This is what we're up to. Yeah, okay, let's double check the forward category. Because it was definitely like Zulte forwards or Mechlin forwards. There was like 3 of them we looked at. These boys. Now, the Ementa guy popped on my... Just one decisive, 70 plus. I like these guys a lot. And he has came from the Danish land, which can be good for players. This guy seems more like the bagsman. And this guy's maybe a bit... I think we could just... I think if you were to buy these guys, you kind of do just buy all 3 of them. This feels like a go-ahead Eagles situation of like Bream, Edvardsen and Antman, doesn't it? Did we add Skoras to the list? I think we did. We added O, Ito, Trisoldi. Yeah, I think that might have been it. That's fine. So let's go back to the list and double check our numbers and our balance. Yeah, we're up to 21 players now. Okie doke. So goalkeepers, we've got 3 of them. Defenders, I think we've got some premium options here in the top 3-4 spots essentially. And I like the thought of like this Gora Diouf. I do like the look at him. I like the thought of Den Bosch as well. Yes, I'd maybe be looking at maybe this middle 3 is like a great little build. 30 quid defence, Smets, Gora Diouf and Van den Bosch. What would that do you for? But really just one team, wouldn't it? So I think we're building one team to be on point. Interesting. Yeah, so 8 defenders there, 3 mids. Do you know, I can see, I'm getting kind of similar vibes now to when I did the, oh yeah, to Trawi. So I could see us buying one squad here. We're not going to be buying Sherpin, I don't think. I think Piano and Lyson are so cheap. You probably just get both of them. So they're 15 quid. And then when we look at defence, Smets, Diouf, Den Bosch, Hay and Ravitch. I think you could buy the bunch of them for 2 teams, 5 defenders. The only thing with Lucas Hay compared to like Joaquin Sees is he doesn't really actually deliver decisives. And I think we've got Den Bosch for that already. And maybe this boy Ravish, he can get a wee... Yeah, he's just a wee bit better, I think. Cercle Bruges asked him to do a lot. This guy looks good as well. Comes from Mason Miller eye test as well. Yeah, he's got a bit of what we want. Punches and bunches. So the thing is yeah, these 2 guys are the same price as Smets. Is it better to have Smets or Sees and El do guy? If we're taking those goalkeepers, we're not. Yeah, I think we can ditch McAllister, and then we either ditch C's and El Ududu, El Uadi. So it's these two or Smets. I'm going to ask you guys what you think. We're not really. So the way I've been doing this, it just says your name is A. But the way we've been doing this is we're more scouting the division to build the team that will work, and then we'll figure out what the budget is there. I like Smets. I bet C's is 20. You know, if we've got all these, this whole team is under 23. I think this whole defence. So let me know, guys. What would you do, or what do you think? What's better value for money? Smets or C's and El Uadi? Better value. What do you think's better if you had to pick one of them? You guys can vote for that. Because then in midfield, I would have Tatrawi as a midfielder, easy. I think I'd probably pick up all four of those guys at midfield. Pratt is £1, Clace £4, Hamar £13, and then you add in Tatrawi. I'm not too sure what he is at mid. £4. 4 mids for 2 teams, I think it's plenty. And then an attack. Junior Ito's a bit expensive. Skoras. Ghent don't have European football, so I actually really like him at £15. He's like the team 1 striker. Tresoldi I think we would maybe ditch just because probably don't need that headache. O I would maybe do the same with as well. O's not really that spiky either. Liam King, good to see you. Get voting in the poll, guys. What would you do out of those defence options? Sean Thorpe, I would buy 2 keepers, 2 defenders, 2 mids, 2 strikers, and 2 smasher classics with a couple rather than in-season cover. Yeah, fair enough. Real decent squad for 100. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of weighing up here. It feels like we're getting to that £100 mark. I wonder if Skoras and Smets are cheap at classic. Maybe not Smets, I think. Oh, who else would you be after? Bivanican really, isn't it? Michele. Classic limited. Yeah, £2. I think Skoras might be worth it, by the way. If he's going to be bagsman. So then if we had... Oh, why even... But Sherpin, by the way, is classic. That might be sneaky. £25. Maybe that is sneaky. Maybe that is sneaky. Let's see the poll. We've had a few votes in it. Most of these think 2 players are better than 1. Interesting dilemma this. Do you go for the quality of Matt Smets? Probably alongside with Brandon Michele. Maybe you add Kevin McAllister into the conversation. Best centre-backs in the division. Or do you take... I don't even know where El Uadi plays, but he's got midfielder and defender cards, so I'm guessing a wee bit of everywhere. Or Joaquin C's, who's at a top team, playing right or left back, I forget which. I'm pretty sure he can play both. Most of you guys say 2 is better than 1. They're the same price combined as Smets is individually, that's why it's a comparison. But it's a good kind of little brain teaser, because it is a problem we all face in the market. Is, do you buy Hakimi, or do you buy 2 half Hakimis and like see if they can come, like Schlotterbeck and Mittelstadt or something, I don't know. Obviously different divisions, I get that. I'm just the first players that came to my mind. So it's something we all kind of wrestle with. Now, I was very tempted to just say screw it and go buy all the Eredivisie guys after the video we did there. We ended up with a 10-player roster on this, And what we're going to end up doing is like comparing and contrasting strategies. It feels like some players have left this somehow. Or maybe we shaved this down to being like one squad, I think, didn't we? Oh no, it was two. Yeah, it was two squads. It's basically the same formula you just said there, Sean Thorpe, is what we eventually wrestled the Dutch one down to. And then we were looking at the price of classic Veerman and like striker options. I forget who they were now. And I really liked this when we left it. The Belgian one, like, I think with the Dutch one, not taking, staying away from the red and whites, Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord, right? Staying away from them. It feels like you're only playing for streaks, but it feels like with this Belgian squad, like staying away from Bruges wasn't really that hard or really much of a thing. It's really Vanaken and Michele, isn't it? Maybe Tzolis, sorry, as well. But it feels like we can get round about where we want to go without these guys anyway. I think Dennis Pratt and Zeno van den Bosch for a fiver in season combined is just like a good little team to kind of base to just throw a secondary line up against. And especially when Piano is a tenner and license like £7, fiver even. It feels like two teams is optimal because again it can be a little bit it can be a wee bit volatile. So let's imagine we put Smets in as a classic. We've obviously got those in-season keepers. Yeah, the midfield isn't really punchy enough, but we only need one of them and we go with either a second defender that punches or we go double attack. In this case, I think we would go Skoras in season, a midfielder, maybe double defence if we went classic Smets. Yeah, I'm not sure Smets is a great classic. It's just the price difference. Yeah, Severino brings in a great point there. Netherlands, you sometimes get that top v bottom divide. Belgium, I'm surprised. I don't think it's always been 16 teams, has it? That feels like a new thing. Feels like this year there's maybe a wee bit more of that available in Belgium, but I do agree traditionally Belgium is normally a bit more tightly wound a division where there's not really too many games of a big disparity between them. Yeah, Severino, I'm with you all the way on that, buddy. Eredivisie, those red and white boys does increase the DNP risk. Yeah, agreed. And that's where I was kind of half keemy. Oh, Serge, you are on it. Serge, you are on it today. Smets more stable points-wise, but more risky of DNP. Yep. Vanaken and K-Mac classics. Yeah, exactly. We could just go and... To me, the classic defender bot is kind of what I was trying to weigh up with the Smets, because I think it's more... Like, I think classic Tzolis is probably the number one classic to think about here, isn't it? Yeah, I think it would need to be classic Tzolis. Is that a fucking Norwich card? Does Tzolis play for Norwich? Did I know that? That feels like new information to me. I think you would need Tzolis, don't you? So if we take classic Tzolis, he's up front, and then we'll probably have... You could even, yeah, just go double attack. One of these mids. One of these defenders. And then the second team, I think Vanaken. Just because he's hands, he doesn't miss anything, does he? Is he really worth having at class? I don't think he's super worth it, is he? Yeah, I don't think he's super worth it. If we get to Tzolis. Hanen. He's taken a wee beat up, hasn't he? Yeah. I don't think he's super worth it. Oh, nice. Sean Thorpe. I love that collection vibe. And they finally got rid of the stupid playoff system, did they? It looks like they still have it, kinda. It's always been 18 actually. Oh, has it? Okay. Fair enough. I don't know why I thought their division was similar in size to Scotland. So yeah, like I think this could be okay as well. Is it much? So I think we were looking at this before, right? With these two in particular, the Dutch one pays better than the Belgian one. The Dutch team doesn't really cost too dissimilar, does it? Probably still got a wee bit of trimming to do on this, but what does the poll say? The poll says 2 is better than 1. So the poll says get rid of Smets. Fine, let's get rid of Smets. So we've got 5 defenders for 2 teams. This guy's got no listens now. Yeah, okay. So if we have Tatrawi, the boy Clays. Yeah, I like Clays. I like this guy Hamar as well. And Tatrawi. Yeah, so we've got like some solid mids. And we maybe go like double striker with like the 2 Zoot boys for the in-season thing. Or even maybe a Tatrawi. Yeah. I think Skoras and Tizolis. Yeah, is that maybe like a pair? Do we maybe do classic Tizolis with the Skoras, like a Tatrawi midfielder or a Hamar midfielder, single defender, and then the second team we're taking another defender just with a good matchup or whatever. Another mid. Or maybe go double mid. It's a wee bit of a brain teaser, this one. I'm not even too sure which one looks better, the Belgians or the Dutch, in terms of a prospect, of a proposition. I've got a feeling the Belgian one would do better. But yeah, it's quite a difficult... So we'd also get classic Tizolis. And let's just go to market manager sales. All seasons limited. Belgian. Yeah, classic Tizolis. And maybe even Skoras. Maybe we just get both the strikers. Or Stoikers. We do like a Stoikers. Nah, Skoras. I think we maybe go classic strikers. If we go classic strikers and we get Tizolis and Skoras, then that means the rest of the team will be in seasons. I don't think we need as many defenders if that's the play we're going. I don't mind the defence we've got here because Den Bosch is just a punt. Ravish. We can maybe cut Ravish. Don't think we'll need him. So yeah, if we've got Den Bosch, Diouf, C's, and right, so we're down to 4. That's fine for the 2 teams. We've got 4 mids who include Tatrawi. I like that. And then yeah, we probably don't actually need these other strikers if we go that way. But strikers that can pull 70s with 1 decisive. So how do we reconcile that? We don't need the extras, I don't think. So yeah, do we just dingy Pratt? We'll still have Tatrawi, and then we dingy Den Bosch. And we get, yeah, awesome. Now Tatrawi's here as a forward, we only want him as a mid. Skoras we'll get as a classic. And then I'm probably going to take this Opoku guy because he's 20. He's just the youngest one out of them all, isn't he? And yeah, okay, I think that would work quite nicely. And what we're talking about here, Skoras will get for like £3. Plus Tizolis, you're talking about 30 quid for the classics. So let's say 30 plus 16, we're at 46. 46 plus 27, let's say 73. 73, 77, 80, 90. 90 plus Opoku, 95. Maybe get Edinburgh as well, just to make it 100. Yeah, I think it was about 100 for the Dutch one as well. Have I got that written down actually? Where's my notes? Yeah, I had, 114 the Dutch one came in at. 114 for Dutch. I think we're saying 100 for Belgian. So 15% cheaper, or I don't think that's the way it actually works, is it? 15% of 114 won't be 15, it'll be like 18 or something, won't it? So yeah, the Dutch one came in at 114. The Belgian one is looking at £100. This is for me. That includes classic kickers. That's 2 lineups actually for both of them, a alpha and a beta, essentially. Now what I'm going to do, guys, eyes on screen for me. I'm going to show you both of the builds again. So Belgium, we would have Piano and Toby Lyson in goals. We would have 3 defenders for 2 teams. Gora Diouf, Joaquin Sees, El Ouadi. In midfield, we would have Hamar, Cleese and Tutrawi. And then up here, we would have classic Trisoldi and Skoras. And then probably just the Opoku guy. Maybe the Edinburgh too. Yeah, probably the Edinburgh too, just for why nots. Or for God's sake, back feature on that's a bit broken. The Dutch one, which is £14 more expensive, we're going to have classic Veerman and something else pretty wild, but we'll have Vassen, who's good, and then a wee young guy, because I think, why not? A wee Road to Glory young keeper. 2 defenders. Yeah, so we had Dest as a classic, wouldn't we? Yeah, so it would definitely be Dest and Veerman. So we get Dest, Kaplan and Zagaritas. We would then have Veerman, Meervel, Resink and Gibson Ya. And then in attack we would have Taha and Trenskow. Maybe Ricardo Pepe get injured, but I was getting badgered for Pepe. We'd maybe get one more forward in just for cover. We've got an injury guy here we just added in for why nots. If he's coming back, he's going to be fit fine. If he's not, then whatever. But yeah, the classics were, I'm pretty sure they were Dest and Veerman. Or like it was defence and midfield anyway. I think maybe there was a striker here because there's just not that many strikers. Like, yeah, did we really care for Veerman? Maybe we did. The Dutch one does pay a little bit more on the leaderboard. And I'm pretty sure the streaks are identical, aren't they? So we've got those two. Locked and loaded in our little thing to be weighed up. 11 players, 10 players. Then you add in the classics and stuff. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that shortlist. I made one for a video and I've not recorded it yet. That'll be easy to do over the weekend, maybe. So let me ask you guys that are all here. What do you think is a better build so far? Now you can find both of these watch lists as well, I'm pretty sure. If you want to check them out for yourself. Share. Let me close this poll. So this is the Belgian one. If any of you want to check it out. And I think if a bunch of you follow this, maybe I could win a competition or something. And there's the Dutch one is second. Start a poll. Which is best? Now what best means, right, is bang for buck with ROI potential. You know, what one do you think, like, even if the Dutch one's more expensive but you think it will win more, then you'd pick the Dutch, you know. So it's, what one do you think is better? It's probably better doing this once we've done a full you know, finish the run that we're going to do with this little mini series. But I just thought I'd ask you all who, since you are here. Won a Baena, so I'm now scouting for in-season strategy. XDI, great. Oh, we're going to do members over the weekend and stuff, but I suppose you're ahead of... You're trying to get in for the weekend, aren't you? La Liga. If you got Baena, kind of what... I said this before Atletico Madrid smashed midweek, but they should have a very good stack. Their stack should be... Is that a limited? We're talking a rare. Need a La Liga Classic Smasher for 30 quid. Stuart M, is that Classic Limited, Rare? What are we talking? No, I can't buy Classic Limited for 30 quid. XD Rai, Budget Smashers. Does manager sales? Yeah, it is. Rafa Marin, still under 7 quid. Looks like he's pretty nailed on. Harry's boy Vargas is under 6 quid. Caleta Car, I really like the whole Sociedad build, to be honest with you. This weekend it should be Soler, Taki Kubo, 6 quid. I think the Sociedad team is just wildly undervalued. They need to start putting some scores on the boards to make that undervalue materialise. But I think you could buy the whole team without much issue. Atletico Madrid shouldn't be too hard either, but Alvarez will be quite difficult to get into unless you want to get him at Classic. Limited for you, XD, yeah. Danny Olmo, 13 quid. I think that's pretty good. I know he's not been punching, but he's back playing more often than not. And that's kind of half the battle. Very DA guy. And after this international break, you feel his fixture pressure will kind of normalise a bit more. Rioja doing pretty well there for Valencia. Baranachea, 11 quid is very good. I think he's going to have a great... He's having a great year. I think he's going to continue to have a great year as well. And somebody else, what was it, Stuart? This game week, a lot of stars have scored 100s. Indeed. 27 games left in Eredivisie compared to a potential 31 in Jupiler. A 4-game difference. Sean, you have just got your eye on the detail, mate, and I absolutely love you for it. Yeah, Marin's getting recommended through the chat as well. Severino, we'll be able to do that for members on the members stream. I won't be doing that today, sorry buddy. Yeah, so I'm going to guess Guler is 30 quid for a classic rare. No. Is that classic limited? Is 30 quid? Fair enough. Gruber the GOAT. Limited for me too, sorry Quinny. Got Rafa Marin, Camavinga and Ferran Torres. I don't think Camavinga can be thought of as a main guy. Guller's good, isn't he? If he's going to keep playing. I thought there was murmurings about him not playing or something. A classic smasher for La Liga, Stuart M. Is Camavinga going to play this weekend? Is that the chat? I would love that. Yes, he is. So we're after a classic smasher. Around the 30 quid mark. I think the fixture is important. Who are Real Madrid playing? At home at Villarreal. It's not a super fixture. Yeah. Julian Alvarez. Oh, they're taking on Celta Vigo. That'll be good. That'll be good. Are they away? Don't think it really matters too much. I'd probably go for Julian. I'd take Spider-Man. Set piece taking striker. You know what I mean? Bayern is back in town. Yes, the kind of defence is the problem because Llorente is scoring very well. Lenormand did surprisingly well in the midweek. He doesn't generally score well. Yeah, I think Spider-Man's who I'd be taking. Look at this. 8 DAs in 3 games. Yeah, fair enough. Camavinga's main for you. I get it. I get it, man. I'd get Spider-Man in there as a classic smasher. All day, every day. What would the best way to have checked out my SO5s? Just by looking at your manager name on Sorare, I can go and find you. But again, Serge and somebody else. Was it you, Serge? Yeah, Serge and Severiano. I do this for the season ticket holders, the channel members. We usually do it on a Thursday, but this week it'll probably be over the weekend. Become a channel member. You just need to click the join button below the video. We've also got a Telegram group. I do limited card giveaways for all the members. Whenever I win any limiteds, I give away all the limiteds I win. And we do exclusive and early access content for the members. But yeah, I think Spider-Man would be my go-to classic smasher there. Good fixture at the weekend. And he's ripping, right on form. Yeah, no problem. XD night. I would go through it in more detail, as you know, but I'm not going to have time for it, and I know you're probably chasing a game week. Anthony Classic. Espanyol. Espanyol have been really good defensively, and you know he's playing midweeks and weekends, so it's hard to get into that way a lot of certainty. Oh yeah, he'll smash this weekend for you. But is it 11 quid? Anthony's and Pepe there at 3 quid, even as a pair maybe. Some really good value there, but I think Spider-Man's the way to go. Oh, lovely, Matteo. You're going to go see Lennon Miller play in Udine. Love that. Do you know he's going to start? Is that what you're telling us? Are you telling us Lennon Miller's getting his debut, his starting bow? Yeah, I couldn't help myself there with the wee deviation. Gruber does look like a goat, by the way. Like, this guy just does not quit, does he? When are we going to start talking about this guy as like the hottest prospect ball-playing centre-back in Europe? He's been doing this forever. Like, forever. $24. Like, I know he's not been doing it in the... But he's been doing it. In Austria. For a decent enough outfit. And then La Liga 2 and in La Liga. Fair play to this guy, by the way. Fair fucking play to you. Well done. He's going to go somewhere and be like, where did this guy come from, isn't he? Like Bournemouth or something. Him and Mittelstadt. Yeah, Mittelstadt's definitely stepped up. I think there was a lot of hype around Mittelstadt when Stuttgart got re-promoted in the last like 3 or 4 years. And he has delivered, hasn't he? He's really stepped up. Oi. Now guys, I need to be with McBride in like 2 hours from now. I'm in no real rush to end the stream, but I don't want to just sit and do nothing. I know your time is valuable, and I really appreciate everyone that takes their time to come and hang out with us here on the channel, that wants to spend their free time on the bus, or their break at work, or their commutes, your walk after, you know, whatever, with me. So really thank you for everyone that has tuned in live. I'm still going to chill out for a wee minute or two, but I am conscious that maybe you want to go listen to something else, and I don't want to just fill the time with nothingness. So I guess we'll maybe have just a wee blather, a wee quick round of houses where we're at. Champions League is... I had one good team here, didn't I? I had one good team, but not together, sadly. De Bruyne did good. I missed the fucking missions yesterday as well, sadly. Pepe, 99 against Juve, raw score. Guardiola, and then even Sabitzer and Brandt. We had one quality team here. And it would have been really Guardiola, Aguerd. We could have realistically put those 3 guys together. And then if we did go Dortmund midfield with De Bruyne and then just Pepe up front, we would have ripped. Now, would Pepe have got into that team over Doku? If I was worried about him playing, yeah, probably. Over Larson, yeah, probably. I could have theoretically put that team together. Is the only reason I'm kind of like, not angry or raging or moaning about it, but I do look at it and think, ooh, shucks, that could have been mine, you know. We could have put that together and we would have been ripping, but no, we didn't. Santirod 82, by the way, kicking ass. All this stuff to go tonight. Why is Schmeichel at 0? Updated a minute ago. I think McBride... Tati was in the training video yesterday, so I think McBride's maybe just updated that. It's making me paranoid. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason for that, is there? It's just freaking me out. But I've ultimately went for Sriracha into this team because I don't know if Ralston will start or not, but I know that Sriracha will feature. And since I know where the Engels to Tate thing is going to go, Engels is in this team with Balikwisha and Classic Dyson. This is a real, like, punty team. Maybe if Engels starts, it's a bit of an insurance for this team, maybe. But, yeah. That's where we've went with that. All-Star, Trippier cooked. Paddy Roberts and Olmo failed to deliver. And wait, Llorente and Caicedo, this started well, but now Jardim and De Jong kind of let it down. The Bad Batch Celtic team has got 2 cards left to run. Could maybe squeeze a wee reward, but it's not going to do anything great. And then Camavinga, wish I captained him when we thought he was going to start. He got a goal off the bench, which was fun. With the Valencia boys, and Miguel Gutierrez still got Kasper Schmeichel to run. I'm looking for in-season Bundy 2 budget picks and rare. Ndoye, Hudson, Odoi, or Sav. I think I'd probably take Sav, to be honest. I think he's the sort of guy where, like, if Savinho's on the bench and he's in your team, it's not a write-off. But if Hudson-Odoi or Ndoye aren't starting, you're maybe... So, I don't know, I kind of think that off the beaten pitch is an element to consider. This probably isn't for your primary lineup, I guess. Can't find any news on Rayo's lineup for today, Gab Naguera. I'm regretting getting so far on my LFC stack. It kills me each game week. Thomas, you're been an interesting stream. Thanks to wins, I'm in Prem Rare League and Challenger for free. Nice, but looking at Dutch and Belgians next. Do you only use Sorare? No, Gab, I use Football Fantasy. I'll put the link in the chat for you. I use this for Spanish stuff. Rayo might... They sometimes do the continental stuff on this website. Probable lineups for La Liga. Yeah, Europa League. Yeah, they sometimes put other stuff in here. If we do Europa League, will it show us? No. If we go to... Yeah, these are all the... Europa... Yeah, if we go to La Liga and click on Rayo over here, will it show us... Nah. Just shows us they're playing Sociedad at the weekend. They do it, as you've seen there for Champions League, they've got some Champions League stuff. Let's just have a peek at it for context. Premier League as well. Maybe they'll do it closer to the time, or maybe they don't bother their backside anymore. But where's the Champions League one? Let's say, like, Dortmund. Oh, that's confirmed. Oh, Champions League's all done now, isn't it? Anyway, Europa League. Can we look at Celtic? Will they have a Celtic lineup? There we go. Our team's pretty damn... Well, they think Yang's going to play. So it's maybe a wee bit of auto pick, isn't it? Red Star against Porto, I don't really see much. I don't know. Red Star could be maybe sucker punchy, but I don't think they've got much about them. Let's have a wee gander at Bundy 2 budget rare picks, just to see if anyone stands out. And then we'll lovies and leavies. Just as a wee fleeting bit of, I don't want to say fun, you know, but it's hardly a chore, is it? So Marvin's at 200. Enzo Leopold, 26. We like him. Cuisance at 14. Cuisance is a real heartbreaker, but he is a guy that will just fuck you over when you really don't need him to. So buyer beware on that. Lidberg, so me and Harry Trace is the funny one last year. I bought Hornby in season to go with Celtic cards because he was Scottish, but he plays up front with this guy Lidberg, and he's actually much more of the real deal than Hornby as an SO5 prospect. They're probably good as a little pair because when they do click, both these guys are involved. But Lidberg, I would definitely look at. El Fauzi. Schalke, as much as I hate them, they do have a good academy. So, young guys, especially ones with funny names, that get techers, worth keeping an eye on. John Tolkien, under a tenner, is ripping it in Bundy 2. Karaman's been good before. I think we've seen people buying him and stuff. Christoph is the budget keeper of the division. Corridors, who I was eyeing out. Fiver. The Corridor's he's not really been at it so far, but this guy had like Wanazek vibes about him at times. Maybe not quite to the same level, but set piece guy. Forward card as well. Don't need to worry about clean sheets and goal concessions, etc. Fiver's not bad for him. £2 for Julian Green. Again, he sucks right now, but If he can get back into shape. Like, he's a monster. Lokoshvili? Yeah. So Green's a bit of a speculation one because he's not in form at the moment, but he's got a track record there. Excuse me. Nikola Katic, is that the Rangers guy? That's funny, he's got cards finally. Mason Miller will be all over that. Cedric Eaton as well, that's funny. In season is what I'm really looking for. Apologies, my man. Budget is 40 quid. Let's see what we get for that. Oberdorf looks pretty good. There's your boy Hornby. Oh, Linus Gector. Now this guy had he's got a honeycomb rookie, and he made his debut in the Bundesliga at like 17 for Berlin. They've been pretty minging. He's also had a few red cards in his not too distant past, but just as a wee guy to maybe keep an eye on. Can be alright. Maybe he gets better and improves. Applecamp I think was good once upon a time. Scheller. Yunus. Jesus. Kevin Voigt. There's Corridor again. Corridor in season feels like a decent get. But Kevin Voigt in Bundesliga 2, like, he is... That's who I'd be buying. Kevin Voigt. He's so high level of a defender. It's like Haustenberg. Remember when Haustenberg was at Hanover? I think Voigt is above Haustenberg in a lot of ways. In many ways, if not all of them. That's a very under-the-radar defender. Julian Green. 13 quid. Anyone else kind of appeal to us as undervalued? Thomas Callas, is that the old Chelsea guy from way back in the day? That's incredible if that is, by the way. Hanslick was good when he's fit. Is that a bad injury he's got? Hanslick is good if fit. He's a tenner. Maybe look into his situation before just buying him. And this will be probably the last page I look at. Fragota again can be really good. Screw it, one more page. Bragg YT, fist bump, good to see you. Tim Tweep, I watched the stream when you looked at Eredivisie players. Did you buy them already? No. So what I'm trying to do, Tim, is weigh up Eredivisie, Jupiler, Contender, which we'll do kind of next. We're not going to do it today, but I think we're kind of setting ourselves up for a head start here, aren't we? France and Belgium, France and Germany. And once we weigh up the 5 of them, we want to see the best one to attack. So in this stream, if you're just catching us, Tim, we've did a lot of Eredivisie. We're just kind of shooting the breeze, and I'll be loving these and leaving you shortly. And I was really tempted. I'm not surprised you think, oh, did you buy them already? Because I was very close to just saying, fuck it, and just buying them then and there. And I didn't. And again, I've been quite close to that today with the Belgians, I must confess. Yeah, nobody in this page is really jumping out. I think there's a few there that might help you. Where's the exit vote? Well, we had a vote on the go. 57% of you think the Dutch one is better than the Belgian one. Got a Marlon return. I hope he comes back to fitness. I hope he, fingers crossed for that one. Red or Dead, I'll probably be able to go into that in more detail when we're doing the lineup builder. But if you're just looking at this game week, you maybe need to do what we just did there, but cross-reference it with fixtures and stuff. But Voigt feels like safe as houses, a 60 merchant. For Bochum especially. Like, where are Bochum in the table? I suspect they will be and the upper reaches of the table. Oh, wow, no, they're not. I guess that's good, isn't it, for Voigt? Because surely their scores, in terms of the goal concessions he's carrying, no clean sheet bonus, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. No clean sheet bonus, and they've conceded 2 goals a game essentially. So he's walking in with a -4, what is it, -6 handicap? Yeah, they lost 2-1 here. -8. So he's getting a -8 handicap on average. Still bringing these scores in. I think Voigt's a great play. Great play. Don't know what you need positionally and all the rest of it. Corridor could be fun. I'm a fan of him. Julian Green. We spoke about a few of them. Awesome. Right, guys, wish me luck. It's going to be me and McBride tonight going to see Celtic v Braga in the Europa League. I think we've just about got my teams all sorted. We've had a wee bit of a fear with Casper. McBride's going Ralston. I really don't know how it's going to go. Like, Brendan was quite talking up Donovan in the press conference. I've just went with Sriracha just because I know he'll play, you know. And now that I've got that Tuneki in, I just feel that, yeah, man, gung to the hoe. Oh, well. Hopefully you'll be playing Eredivisie like Harry, watching you two guys playing with players I watch all the time. Oh, that'd be fun. We can maybe take Harry on. I'll tell you something, right, see, before we go. Last 5 minutes, right? See, one thing I have been weighing up. No, me and Harry Harry said it, and I made a joke with him, and I said, oh, we should do this, by the way. But see, one thing I have been weighing up is buying a rare in-season Scottish Premier League team. Now, I know Robbo's not really in the team, but he will be at some point. It's like 10 to 15 quid on auction and secondary market. I think McGinn is like 25 quid. He's picked up a bit of form. Yeah, auction at the moment's at 26. The bot's got him for 36. Instant buy's 33. Let's just call him 30 quid. So you're talking about Robbo and McGinn in season for like £45. And then you've got Hickey for the defender, who's like 6 quid. And now that I think he's going to be playing, now that he's fit and stuff, let's just hope he doesn't get injured again. We've also got Ryan Christie, who is in and out of the team, admittedly. But I dare say you can get him for a tenner. And then there's Doak. Now, Doak's not really playing. It's hard to imagine he's going to break into the team. It's like 20 quid. And I don't know if there's anyone else. I don't think there is. Let's check the market. Manager sales. Rare. So I was thinking about doing this anyway. Just buying some Scottish guys. And I do need some Scotland guys. Now I've sold super rares because I had a Scotland team between rare and super rare. But now I've lost all my supers. I'm missing guys like McGinn. I don't have a McGinn card right now. Oh, there's Tom Kearney. Andrew Irvine. Yeah, do we maybe just buy like... Who's Calvin Ramp? Did he not go on loan to somebody? No. Tom Kearney, 97p. Doesn't really look like he's in the team anymore, right enough. Nathan Patterson. I think he'll play when he's fit, won't he? He'll get minutes. So yeah, did I buy, like, I'll be Scotland. This Harrison Ashby guy, maybe need to talk to Charlie, but is he actually Scottish? Is he going to play for us? Is he going to play for Newcastle? But if we, like, seriously, like, how good is this team ever going to do? Like, streak 1, like 3 times or something. So yeah, the McGinn, especially the Robbo. So I've got a Robbo, and I don't even have a Premier League goalkeeper. Mason Miller, no more of that. So I've been kind of weighing this up, and ultimately I keep talking myself into the fact of it's not going to win anything. It's just going to be pure frivolous. And then I think, right, well, the Scottish player I actually really want in rare is McSauce. But I'm not buying a Man United one. And that's all there is blooming available all the time. Nobody wants to sell Napoli McTominay's. Everybody only wants to sell Man United McTominay's. That super is pretty nice, isn't it? Don't think I'd pay that much for it right enough though, just to get the Napoli card. Because I want a Scotland stack for internationals. I don't think we're super amazing or anything, but if we are going to be playing Doak, I can get Shea Adam cheap enough, I suppose, as well. Then anyway, blah de blah. I've been kind of weighing up some Scottish stuff, but I ultimately get to no Napoli, McTominay, or the Premier League in-season thing just makes zero sense. I've not even got a keeper, like I mentioned, for Prem. So I need to buy a classic keeper. Or an in-season keeper, and then use a... What have I got? Maybe that's a move. My cards. Rare. And then let's do forward in the Prem. So yeah, I'm using... Yeah, it's not going to work. Anyway. Thanks everyone that tuned in. Really means a lot. Hit subscribe if you've not done so already. Smash the like button if you did enjoy the stream today. And yeah, good luck with the Sorare teams tonight. I'll be back for the deadline show tomorrow. There'll be a Road to Glory video out today for all subscribers, all the viewers of the channel at, I think, 5 o'clock today. I think it is. But yeah, have a good one, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.